Good morning. It is Monday, August 4th, and we are coming into Ketchikan, Alaska. On the other side of the ship is the airport. We've been watching planes taking off. It's cool. Hilly on that street. Supposed to be in the upper 50s Fahrenheit. Rain on and off, maybe. It's not raining right now. It's cool. Overcast all day. I see another cruise ship. Zoom. Oh my gosh, we are doing another silly video from the bathroom. Scott's still not feeling good, and he just took some NyQuil, and he's hopefully gonna have a good solid sleep. I look tired myself. I think I'm ready for a good night's sleep too. And I'm still feeling good. Every once in a while I get a little sore throat. We've been hearing COVID's going around. I don't know if Scott has COVID. But we've locked him down to the cabin and trying to keep him isolated so he's not spreading his germs. And we'll take it from there. Tomorrow is a sea day. So before I get ahead of myself, I'll go into what today is and what we did, and then I'll kind of wrap up what we'll be doing to finish up this trip that's been so incredible. So we are on, oh my gosh, I just did, I've been each day writing a Facebook, basically a journal, and adding pictures. So not only am I documenting it by video, but I'm also doing just journaling it on Facebook too. So anyways, here goes the voice. The voice is going to cut out because I keep doing my videos at night, and that seems to be when my throat gets all dry and crackly. I just got some tea. I have become a frequent flyer at the International Cafe on the Coral Princess, and I think they're starting to know me by name. They know that I come and get my tea and get bottled water, and it's perfect. It's easy to do, so easy to order from there, and then give great service. So if you ever go on the Coral Princess and you love good coffee and tea, go to the International Cafe. Can't do you wrong there. So, all right. Back on track. So today we are on day 10. I got it. It is Monday, August 4th, and we're starting to wind down our land and sea cruise in Alaska. So, all right, back on track. I've got to stop doing videos when I'm tired. I need to start doing these a little bit earlier in the day. When I am more energetic. So, all right, just bear with me. So anyway, so we woke up this morning in Ketchikan. We actually came into port like towards 10 a.m. So we were still kind of cruising, but getting very close. So when I woke up, I was starting to see already like we're close to land all the time. Like there's never a time really where we like look out and all we see is ocean. Like when you're on Alaska cruise, especially when you're on the smaller cruise ship, you're usually running right by, not far from shore and everything. So you can always usually see land at some point or another. But anyways, when I woke up and we were able to sleep in, we had nothing pressing. We knew we weren't coming into port until 10 a.m. today. And then our excursion wasn't even starting to closer to noon. So we were supposed to meet, I think about like 11:30 on the pier. And it was just a walk over for our excursion, which was the Lumberjack Show in Ketchikan, and then followed by an all-you-can-eat Crabfest. Yeah. So this morning we woke up, and then it was like assessing how are the guys doing, because my father-in-law Mark and Scott have been the ones that have not been feeling good. So Mark was feeling better. He's kind of like the first that really started getting sick. I guess technically me, but it really seemed like it was allergies for me. As soon as I got Claritin, I was feeling so much better. So we assessed if Scott was feeling better, and he made the call. I had told him, I said, you got choices. We're going to walk over to the Lumberjack Show, and you can walk over with us. You can watch the show and then go right back to the ship. Or you can do everything, do the Lumberjack Show. And then I was thinking that the Crabfest was like get on a shuttle or a bus and be driven over. I didn't think it was really close, but I was wrong. We found out later that it was actually right there in the same building. You just walk next door. So we gave Scott choices. You know, he could either just like skip out, stay on the ship, do the Lumberjack Show and walk back, or do everything and get the Crabfest too as well, because that's the one thing that he was really looking forward to. Scott loves crab meat. We never get it. It's so expensive and pricey near us. We do have a few places that sell crab meat and like really good fresh crab meat, not the imitation crab that you get at the delis at your local grocery store. That's just gross. I'm sure plenty of people like it, but if you want real, true, authentic crab meat, you know, and you're in Alaska, you know, you gotta do it right. You know, real, true crab meat, cracking it open, using those lobster cracker things, and pulling the meat out, dipping it in the butter, and yum. And Scott was really looking the whole time, all the way up to as we've been planning it. It's the one thing that he was really looking forward to. He was like vocal to make sure that we picked an excursion that did have the all you can eat. And then the one day that he just was feeling so miserable. So, and he made the right decision. You know, I think we're really worried about making sure that we're not germing up and spreading our germs and making other people sick. You know, unfortunately, it's already happened to us, and that's just the nature of the beast. You know, so often when, you know, you're sick with the flu or cold or COVID or what have you, you don't even know you have it, and you're contagious until it's like too late and after the fact. So, and when you're on a long trip like this, and you're on ships, and you're on airplanes, and you're in lodges and stuff like that, you're around so many places and people, especially the buffet and stuff too as well. So Scott's like, oh my gosh, there's just germs everywhere, and now he's just mad because he's sick. So he made the decision to stay back and stay in the cabin all day today and just rest and recover. And we're really hopeful that that'll make a difference in there too. He's had almost 2 solid days of just resting and recovering. We got him NyQuil. He's been sleeping really good because of that. And so hopefully we start seeing some recovery from him. Our trip's wrapping up though. Tomorrow's just an at-sea day, and then the next day after that we disembark and check into a hotel in Vancouver, and then we'll be flying back home in just a couple of days. So the trip is winding down, and yeah, so I know Scott's disappointed. Nobody wants to get sick when they're on their vacation. So he stayed back. I went to the Lumberjack Show with my mother-in-law and my father-in-law. We had a good time. Show went good. Somebody in the audience had a medical emergency. Not exactly sure what happened. It looked like he was like passed out. So they had to bring in EMS. So there was a little pause to the show. Unfortunately, that kind of derailed, and you know, some things in the show didn't happen. They handled it, the company handled it really well. You could tell they definitely had procedures in place, and everybody did what they needed to do, acted quickly, got, you know, the one thing when you're in Alaska and you have a medical emergency, they don't have big, huge hospitals. They don't have, you know, tons of ambulances and stuff like that. They're limited in these small little towns. But they fortunately did have, the fire station was like literally next door to the Lumberjack Show, which they have an EMS team. And so they did come over and assess the guy and put him on a stretcher and took him out. But it did take some time in there. And in the meantime, they just had the lumberjacks go over to each area, the sections of the bleachers, and just kind of talked about, you know, they did like a Q&A and allowed the audience to ask them questions about what they do and how they got into it and stuff. So it was nice that they were able to like fill in the time, but unfortunately some things were missed in there. So it is what it is, and you know, for hopefully that guy's okay. We could see that he was like alert and everything. They were able to get him to stand up and everything, and you know, the audience all clapped, and thankful that the guy was okay. So that's what's important and matters the most in everything. So after the show, they just walk you right next door and they do the Crabfest. That was my first time ever eating crab meat, cracking open crab legs and all that process. I know I like seafood. I've had shrimp and lobster and plenty of fish, so I wasn't worried about that. I was like, I know I'm gonna like it, and it was good. I was just more like, oh, is this gonna be messy and a lot of work? Yeah, it was. Can't say I was a fan of that part of it. I much prefer to just eat shrimp, or give me a good lobster tail. That's so much easier to just pull out. Any of that stuff is a lot easier to do, but I will say it was good. I'm glad I did it. I think I made Scott proud because he wasn't able to go. I did a really good job of being able to crack open the crab legs and pull out actually big chunks of the crab meat without it like falling apart. So I was impressed. So Scott says that we definitely need to go to some good restaurant when we get back home. He wants to make up for it. So too bad it's not going to be from Alaska. So, you know, it would just be so much better if it was here. What else do we do? After that, we walked my father-in-law back to just like the ship pier, and then, or to the dock, and so he went back on the ship and just kind of rested, and then my mother-in-law and I walked around Ketchikan, went in, did some more of the tourist shopping and stuff. I bought myself a pair of earrings, so I think I'll do a video with all my loot, and you know, what did I buy, my souvenirs, all that fun stuff. So I'll show everybody what I bought, because I have bought a few things, at least like about 4 things. I think a shirt, earrings. I ended up buying twice because I lost one of the earrings, which just makes me mad. But I did find them again, and I repurchased them because they're really cute. Forget-me-nots is the flower here in Alaska, and that's what the earrings were. Earrings got, oh, my poor sweetie, he's coughing. I also, jade is the stone in Alaska, and I really wanted a pair of those too, so I bought myself a pair of jade earrings. Oh, I'm going into it. I'm going to show you guys. That'll be better. So anyway, so we did do some shopping. I got the jade earrings when I was shopping. I'm glad I got them. They're authentic. The guy even gave me a sheet as to where exactly the jade was found in Alaska, so that makes me excited. I don't want to turn around and look at the bottom of the box and see like made in China when I'm trying to buy something that's like local and authentic to the area that I'm shopping in. So that made me feel good. We also went to this place called Creek Street, which used to be back in the day the red light district of Ketchikan, and they've turned it into these cute little shops now. And it's just cute little areas on, you know, like Creek Street, and they're up on like these stick buildings, right, or stilts, and it's right there on the water. It's really, really pretty, cute little buildings. They're all really colorful. So we walked up Creek Street, checked out the shopping there, and then that led into this thing called the Salmon Walk, which runs along the Ketchikan Creek, and it's spawning season for salmon. And the salmon run upstream in the Ketchikan Creek. So it was really cool to walk up this. It's actually a 1.5 mile loop, and I think we did majority of the loop. And they have this thing called a salmon ladder in there too, because there's actually waterfalls in the river, and the salmon are running upstream, as if that's not hard enough. And there's waterfalls in there too, and they have to try to get up over the waterfalls to get, so they can, you know, lay their eggs and everything, and then unfortunately they die following that. And unfortunately, you can tell it's a lot of work for the salmon to have to do this and go upstream And unfortunately, you do see a lot of salmon on the sides of the river that are dead and everything too. But it's just an incredible thing to learn about and see it actually in place and happening. And then in Ketchikan, they've even created these salmon ladders, which are off to the side of the waterfalls. And it's just kind of tiers it up like steps to make it easier for the salmon to get over the waterfalls too as well. Some of them are just determined, they're trying to get over the waterfalls, but some of them do deviate over to these ladders. And so you can actually see that happening too as well. And so we came at a perfect time to actually see that happening and watching the salmon going upriver. And so that was neat. And that was something we really didn't even know about. We just kind of walked and stumbled upon and then walked the Salmon Walk. And then after that, it was kind of getting close to time to all aboard for getting back on the Coral Princess. So we headed back and really just had a quiet evening today. The guys are still not feeling good. You know, Scott is still staying in the cabin. My mother-in-law and I, we did go to the buffet. We're hoping that she's all right, but she's starting to feel a little bit under the weather too. So she got soup, and then I got soup for Scott from the buffet, and I was able to bring that back to the room for him, so he enjoyed that. That was his dinner. And then just took it easy. I went and got myself some more tea, so I got that ready to drink, and I'm going to have that right now. And then we're just gonna call it an evening and kind of wind down early for the night. And then tomorrow, nothing's going on. We have a quiet day. I don't even have to set the alarm. I can get up when I want to. And yeah, we'll just look to see what kind of entertainment is going on, how everybody's feeling. So far, I don't know. We'll see how my mother-in-law is. I'm really hoping that she can fight through. She has some airborne. She took that, so that's supposed to help with your immune system. We bought some lozenges that have zinc in there, and that's supposed to help too as well. So it's got an immune booster in there, and then if you do have a cold, it's supposed to help reduce the duration of the cold too. So she's been pumping all that into her system. So we're hopeful that everybody's going to be feeling better tomorrow, and then we don't have anything going on. So we'll just rest and relax. We'll have to start packing up. I did laundry today too. That was another, fun thing to do. But it's, it's nice to know that I don't have a ton of dirty clothes that I need to pack up. We already know the suitcase is kind of like at max weight too. So that would have been just, trying to squeeze in all this dirty laundry in there. And so I've cleaned most of it. And plus on top of it, things are just germy and stuff right now. And so it's good that we have everything clean. So I'm thankful for that. And then we'll be disembarking soon. So so tomorrow is just rest, relax, clean things up a little bit, pack up. And then the next morning, we get into Vancouver like really early. And then I looked over the paperwork a little bit this morning on disembarking and what time our slot is. But it'll be fairly early. And then we'll be in Vancouver for a day. So more to come. So hope everybody's having a great day and enjoying my Alaska adventures and everything. So we have a couple more days and then I'll be wrapping it up. All right, take care.